Your seller wants to know what to fix before listing their house. Here are the 9 things that absolutely move the needle, plus a few things that I would say do not touch. I'm not a contractor. This is the perspective of a designer that has stood in hundreds of homes. I'm going to tell you what I have seen actually pays back and what things have drained the budget. Number 1, roof issues. Make sure that you're doing an inspection on your roof before listing so that you know what potential problems might be coming up during the inspection. If there are minor fixes and repairs, make them now. Oftentimes they're very cost effective. They're easy to fix and make changes to, but if it's discovered by the potential buyer, it's going to equate to them like a much bigger problem and might send those red flags and send them for the hills. Number 2, HVAC service and filter. I know I'm a designer talking about systems. Where does this really go? But maintenance matters so much. Make sure that all of your filters have been just replaced and are clean. Make sure that you're up to date on your regular servicing because these are the little details that matter. This is the cheapest, highest impact repair on the list. Number 3, water stains. We've all been there. Real life happens. The bathtub overflows, or there's an issue where there was a kitchen leak that happened years and years ago and it's since repaired. But if there is any evidence that there was water that was displaced and not where it was supposed to be, it's going to send a red flag to the potential buyer. It is so crucially important to get those water repairs cleaned up. Replace the drywall if you need to, or bring in some fresh paint, but make sure the water stains are gone. Number 4, caulking and grout. Now, this is one of those little details, but I promise you it matters. Remove any old dated grout that's starting to have etching or gaps or holes and replace it with something new. The other thing is grout is really important to make sure that it stays clean. If it's starting to get dingy or dirty, clean it. If cleaning isn't cutting the bill because it's been this way for far too long, there are grout pens that are really cost effective that you can pick up at any local hardware store, draw right over them, and suddenly you have brand new grout.
Love design, but think like a business owner? If you're ready to leave your 9-to-5 and want to do something that's buildable and scalable, check out linden-creek.com/franchise and see if Linden Creek is the right fit for you.
Number 5, door hardware, locks, and squeaky hinges. Make sure all of them are operating correctly. Make sure they aren't jostling or loose, and that those squeaky hinges that are just obnoxious finally get tackled. Why do squeaky hinges matter so much? Because if the home is perceived to be falling apart, it's going to send the wrong image, and it's not the first impression you want. Number 6, running toilets, dripping faucets, or slow drains. Simply put, if there is a minor problem in any of the plumbing, the seller is going to ask the question, what else is a problem and what else is going on behind the scenes? These come up on every inspection and they're simple to fix, and it's so much easier to handle it before we actually hit the inspection phase. Number 7, make sure you have GFCI outlets in any of your wet areas. Think your kitchens, your bathrooms. Again, this is one of those simple items that's going to come up on inspections, so knock it out now before it becomes a point of conversation during that inspection report. Number 8 is garage door opener functionality. Now this sounds dumb. Really, we need to be thinking about, do our garage doors open properly? But it's going to show up on every inspection. Knock it out now, have it tackled. And finally, number 9, and this is probably one of the biggest impacts that I see, is touch-up paint in high traffic zones. There's hallways that everybody sees, the living room that just gets loved and worn. Make sure that you're touching up the little details, not just on the walls, but also on the baseboards to give it some fresh love. When it comes to preparing your home to sell, there are some places where I've seen dollars spent that just doesn't make sense. Let me share a few of those with you. One is a full kitchen renovation. It's just not necessary. There are more cost-effective ways to be able to update your kitchen and give an example of what the potential has for the space than to completely overhaul the entire room. Another one to knock off that list is bathrooms that are secondary bathrooms or hallway bathrooms. The reason I say this is oftentimes the amount of money required to do a complete overhaul in these spaces is extensive, and you're not going to see your return on investment. A primary bathroom's a different conversation, but for those secondary bathrooms, bathrooms, oftentimes small cosmetic tweaks is all you need to make all the difference in the world. One final place to save is avoid the massive landscaping overhaul. Fresh mulch, some fresh shrubs, that's all it really takes. Save that massive landscaping renovation you've always wanted to do for your new home. The single most important conversation you can have with a seller is coaching them through these 9 items that will help prevent them from spending $15,000 on the wrong repair. Send them the list. Save them the money. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to check out the next one for more listing tips. Thanks for spending some time with me. This is In Good Space.